Hello and welcome to our Flip video lesson 3.07, More Mapping. And the recorded links will be here once this recording finishes. Learning objectives of this lesson: review geographic concepts, use maps to gain information about the Mediterranean region and the Middle East. So introduction, maps and geography. Student guide questions, pages 388 to 389. And then important vocabulary, we'll talk about some vocabulary that will be used to help with an understanding of this lesson. And then there are no reading pages for today's lesson, but you will use your student guide. On page 389 in your student guide, it directs you to different pages in your Human Odyssey book to review maps for this lesson. So there are no actual reading pages, but you will still use your Human Odyssey book to help with an understanding of maps. Introduction, more mapping. We can understand history better if we pause to ask ourselves where events happened and why they happened there. Historical events take place in a geographic context. For example, people tend to settle near water and fertile soil. Wars are frequently fought for control of territory. Trade grows more rapidly where travel is easy. Maps can help us understand the geographic context. Today, you'll revisit some of the civilizations that developed in the Mediterranean region and the Middle East and analyze maps to understand the impact of geography. Maps answer questions, but they should also provoke questions. And when you're finished with this flip video, you can go ahead and look at the slides and click on this link right here, this lizard point link. We've talked about this before. This is a great website for studying different maps, different areas of the world, different bodies of water, different countries. And so you'll click on Asia. And then when you click on Asia, you'll find either Middle Eastern countries or Middle Eastern bodies of water, and you can go ahead and study from there. So go ahead and open your student guide to page 389. Once again, there's not much room to write, so you may need to get an additional piece of paper that you can staple onto this page. So we're going to look at the questions that you would be answering when you're thinking about the impact that geography has on these different time periods or different things that we've studied in history so far. So how did geography impact the development of civilization in ancient Greece? And this can be your own wording. You can use some of my ideas, or you certainly can use your own and kind of compare as well. Unlike some of the other ancient civilizations we have studied, ancient Greece probably did more fishing than farming because of the mountainous terrain and the abundant amounts of water available to the people. They were also able to trade with each other because of the large waterways between the Greek city-states. Question number 2. How did geography impact the Peloponnesian War? The physical geography of the Greek peninsula was rocky and mountainous, which made travel over land difficult. The sea was the main way to travel. The Spartans blockaded Athens with their navy, and many Athenians starved when ships could not leave or enter their port with goods. This was one of the reasons for Athens' defeat in the war. So again, as you're thinking about these questions and thinking about these maps, use your own ideas as well to think of how geography impacted the development of civilization. So certain places thrived because of certain geographical features, and others did not because of those same geographical features. Third question, how did geography impact the size and location of the Roman Empire? The location of Rome allowed for it to thrive because of the climate and physical geography. The Roman Empire eventually became so large that it was difficult to rule. This was one of the factors that led to the fall of the Roman Empire in the West. And again, use those maps to really be able to understand these questions and understand how the geography impacted, what happened in history at that time. How did geography impact the spread of Christianity? The birthplace of Christianity was Judea, which was a Roman province. The Romans had conquered all of the lands surrounding the Mediterranean Sea and had a large military to protect trade routes, making travel relatively safe. Along with goods, Christianity spread throughout the Roman Empire and eventually became the official religion. Later, the Christian European countries colonized much of the world, spreading Christianity further. And then this is question 5. How did geography of Constantinople impact the development of the Byzantine Empire? The physical geography of Constantinople provided for good defense and access to trade. The location of Constantinople provided access to the Mediterranean and Black Seas, and its location near Europe, Asia, and Africa. This helped the Byzantine Empire grow rich through trade. And then the last question there, question number 6, how did geography impact the geographic growth of the Muslim Empire? What landforms or other features may have helped or hindered its geographic growth? And hindered means was against it. So what helped or didn't help or stop its geographic growth? Arabia lies in a region with hot, dry air. The climate has created a band of deserts across Arabia and northern Africa. The desert has limited water, which is located mainly in oases. People settled at these oases, which became trading centers. The desert makes it difficult for other groups to attack, so the geography both helped and hindered geographic growth. And here we come to our vocabulary section. Vocabulary is key to understanding. So a physical map shows the location and topography, meaning the lay of the land. If there were mountains, if there were waterways, the elevation, that's what a physical map shows. And then a political map shows boundaries and human features such as roads, capitals, cities, that type of thing. And then a review, the 5 themes of geography: movement, region, human environmental interaction, location, and place. And if you remember that acronym, Mr. Help, the M for Mr., M is movement, R is region, and then help is human environmental, so there's 2 in there, and then L would be location, P would be place. So that's how you can remember the 5 themes of geography is Mr. Help, movement, region, human environmental interaction, location, and place. And then a scale is a consistent proportional relationship between measurement of map and Earth's surface. And then reading is key to understanding comprehension, although you have no reading for today's lesson. But remember, you can use your book and use those pages in your student guide listed on page 389 to help you look through maps and have a better understanding of this lesson. Our quote for today: winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is. And that was said by Vince Lombardi. Thank you so much for joining me today. Never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Have an amazing day.